Debbie and I have been talking for, a little while now about shortages. And of course, I think the shortages are part of a bigger problem. I mean, really, if you look at America, honey, I haven't told you this. This is my favorite line of the day. We're sort of, as Americans, we're passengers in a plane that is being flown by a decrepit and demented pilot.
You mean Biden?
Yes, I mean Biden. And I mean that there's a crew in the plane that's assisting Biden, but they're not assisting him to fly the plane. They're assisting him in concealing his dementia from the passengers. And what that means is if Americans think that things are going okay, well, they've succeeded. You don't know what's going on. You have a good reason to be worried. Now, with regard to these shortages, which we want to talk about today, I mean, let's start by saying it's affecting us. So we have our media room, and people go, oh, you have a media room. Well, we're in the media business. So we do have a media room. We sometimes will have investors come and watch a movie and so on. So we're replacing our chairs. And this was supposed to happen, in August of last year. And it's now scheduled, and after several delays, we're supposed to get these chairs, just chairs.
Well, the first thing, it was a delay in the foam. They didn't have the foam, so there was a shortage of foam.
Right.
They got the foam, and then the latest delay was the mechanics. So in other words, it can't lean or whatever. You can't fix the chair up and down.
And then the delay after that was that they thought that the chairs were on a truck, and they evidently weren't. So it's the transportation of the completed product. Anyway, if this seems a little esoteric to people, and we're supposed to get these chairs, we'll see if it happens, I guess, February 7th, something like that. And then I'm reading articles, and you were sort of outraged about the fact that people cannot buy pet food.
Right. So a couple of weeks ago, a friend of mine posted this photo of some empty shelves, and she has cats. And she was so upset because she cannot find cat food, or their cat, the cat food that she normally buys. So she was very upset about that. So she posted a photo of that, and I was like, oh, that's too bad. Cat food. You're not a fan of cats. I like cats, but I know you don't. But anyway, that's beside the point.
Well, I'm pretty sure the cats are very temperamental and very particular about their cuisine. It's a little bit like their favorite restaurant is now closed, and they're like,
oh yeah, where's my food? So that was bad. But then I started seeing more friends talk about how they couldn't find dog food and other types of pet food. And I was like, what, this would be a really interesting segment to do. So on my Facebook, and it's my personal Facebook page, it's not a, public. But I said, hey guys, if you have pet food shortages in your local grocery store, can you take a photo of your shelves? And so many people sent in photos. I could not possibly put all of them on, and I'm going to show you some of these photos, in the podcast if you watch it on Rumble or YouTube. But a lot of them. And then more people started weighing in on, it's not just pet food, it's not just cat food, dog food. I can't find cold medicine. I can't find toilet paper. I can't find this. I can't find that. And so they were sending photos of that as well. And so it's crazy because it reminds me so much of when my aunt, she's like my grandmother, but my aunt in Venezuela would tell me, Debbie, I cannot find toilet paper in the grocery store. I can't find milk. I can't find chicken. I have to go from one grocery store to another, just to find food for the day. And I thought that was just so foreign. I couldn't even grasp it.
I mean, what I found strange from you telling me this was that it seemed initially that she kind of accepted it and just thought it was part of the normal hassle of life. She almost became kind of habituated to it until the shortages became more chronic, became more severe. The one place that she used to go to buy milk no longer had milk. And so that's when you find yourself in socialism, the phrase made in socialism.
Made in socialism. And for people that don't know what socialism is like, if these shortages become the common play, then you will most certainly feel it.
Now, back to the pet food. It says apparently because of loneliness due to COVID, more people have pets. So there's been an increase of pet ownership in America in the last 2 years. Interesting, right?
That is really interesting.
So apparently that's caused a demand for pet food. But look, this is not an explanation of anything. Why? Because normally markets work, right? People want more pet food. Pet food companies make more pet food. Truckers bring the pet food. You can buy it in Walmart. You can buy it somewhere else. So what is happening is we're seeing as a consequence, I think, of Biden incompetence, COVID restrictions, obviously truckers and other people rebelling against the forced vaccines. So the combination of factors is disrupting what they call the supply chain.
Everything. And I also read in one Newsweek that there's baby formula, cream cheese, aluminum, chicken tenders, Lunchables, toilet paper, champagne, beer. There's all kinds of shortages for all of those things because, again, they were talking to this woman here, Courier Journal. She's a chef from Barn 8 at Heritage Farm. And she was basically saying the supply chain is broken down. They can't get corn from the farmers to feed the chickens. They can't get staff to run the farms. They can't find an appointment to get the chickens slaughtered. There are not enough people to drive the trucks, and on and on and on it goes.
Well, now another factor that I don't think we've mentioned yet is this, that in a COVID environment where you're sending people checks and people are collecting unemployment at a level that matches what they could get paid,
why would they work?
Why would they work?
Yeah.
And so the so-called work shortage, again, under capitalism, there's a real solution to all this. Markets normally communicate information. That information sets prices. That information dictates how many rolls of toilet paper need to be delivered to this particular Kroger or that particular Giant. This is what is breaking down. And by the way, it officially breaks down under socialism. Why? Because you don't have markets. You don't have information. You have some central committee who goes, well, we think we need so many cars next year. We think we need so many computers next year. And so you have some guy who is in no position to know, has no idea what's going on, might be running some data analysis, basically making wild projections. So this is how the temporary craziness that we're living under Biden, the demented pilot, this is sort of like an airline where they don't even have the peanuts.
Well, let's just hope we don't crash.
Exactly.